Alright, as I just said, I got some technical difficulties, so I had to fix them right now, and I think now you should be able to hear me. So, once again, thank you very much for joining. Hello and welcome everyone here on my stream today. This is Michi from Average Chronic Speed Racing, and we gonna have our first run around Imola in the Formula Sim Racing 2018 Winter Series. So this is race number 1 and 2. 30 minutes, 1 mandatory pit stop in race 1, 15 minute sprint race, no pit stop whatsoever in the second run. And yeah, we're gonna look forward having some fun racing. By fun I mean it's gonna be some kind of luck maybe as well. To my understanding, the car is a little bit strange and does not really, I mean, going through that narrow chicane on the back straight is like a little bit having just luck. The way you hit the bumps, the way you enter the certain thing, but overall, it's gonna be really fun. I think 35 people in the race today. A very, very crowded server, and I hope I will not have any issues with stuttering or anything. So there's gonna be quite some heavy load on the graphical card. Qualifying format will be 20 minutes and will be held private, which I think is a good thing when having 35 people on the grid. As you can see, the drivers list there going down, and today I'm not racing ACR livery. Sadly we were not able to finish one in the graphics department. But as you can see, other people are running it. So I think server has not loaded up fully yet. There you go. Some people into the 29s. And I'm just about to leave the pits for once. Thank you very much, Martin. I really need it. And so what I'm gonna do is take like 9 liters, which should be a decent amount of fuel to get in some fast laps in. We do have 29 people in here already, as I'm pulling out for blue flags. Trying now to set up a real road, I assume. And obviously we're dead last at the minute anyway. So really important to get in a little bit of the roll. I see there's no grip at all, so the testing has been done on an entirely different grip level, I think. So this is going to be a very interesting race, and so I have also to say that those 29s that they are currently run there up in the front are pretty good lap times. Yeah, I feel you, Martin. So as you can see, Martin Stefanko is sitting here in the chat rather than in the Formula Sim Racing server. This is because he has retired out of the Formula Sim Racing to follow some different plans throughout 2018, which would have clashed with the Formula Sim Racing calendar coming up. Nevertheless, I'm quite sure he was happy racing there and he had some good time. But life goes on, and for me it goes on in FSR, whereas for Martin it goes on somewhere else. I can only tell you to follow the Average Chronic Racing websites to see about latest announcements and see where our drivers are taking part in. And if you have any questions towards that, feel free to ask Martin himself. I'm sure he's gonna answer all of them with full honesty. As we're going around in low fuel for the very first time. So Ville La Pala currently in the lead with a 129.3. we just see where we settle in after the first lap. It's a clean one so far. A little bit of slide through here. So we're just 3 or 4 tenths off after sector 2. Probably the chicane dragged off a little more now. But I'm still confident looking at a high 29 maybe. Not after that mistake in the final corner. So it's gonna be a 30, I think. That will get us into the top 10 though, I'm pretty sure. And we got another lap to do. So we're on 30.6. That last sector was definitely very, very bad. But it's the first couple of laps we do today, so and I already can feel the dirty air from the car ahead. Also some slipstream though, but really having a car in front like that is more annoying rather than helping. And now he should get blue flags and oh, well done mate. Yeah, I can abandon this lap and oh really? Not very good way to come into the session. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Christos. I saw Mr. Queekle being here in that server as well at some point. As I'm sorry for the bad stream quality at some occasions. Seems like the bitrate is a bit down. So let's try to not get into the path of other drivers. Trying to not hold them up. As we're currently sitting in P11, but there is a lot of time to gain still. Oop. As this flag-to-flag car overtakes us. And that's exactly what I mean about that chicane. Once you go through there and the car feels fine, and the next time you go through there and it's really, really bad. Anyway, so we look at our delta for the next lap. And then I'm quite sure we can settle in some better lap times. A little bit early in the braking for turn 1. But this gives us a decent exit through 2. Very clean run through here. I went a bit wide over there. I need to fix this a little. Yeah, that was a fairly better chicane. And I'm now just looking up for the final 2 corners to make them in a little bit more decent way than before. There you go. And then we finally ditch into the 29th and get a spot in the top 10 again. There you go, that's P6 with a 29.9. Still some time to gain. A little bit too aggressive here. Don't hit that exit curb. Now that was a lot better. Very good though. 4.5 tenths. Yeah, I threw them away a bit. Nevertheless, another improvement of a good 3.5 tenths coming up, and that puts us in P5. So the top 5 run is definitely very close to each other. I think I'm just missing two tenths to the top back, to the top guys. There you go. So Lucas Schmidt, my ACR colleague, currently sitting in P2. So as it's 14:33, that should be qualifying on very soon. So we just sit and wait and maybe do the one or other lap, see how the server's going to be condition wise. Looking really good so far. I'm being considerably happy, really. We can take off 2 liters of fuel to have a little bit more of an advantage. Furthermore, I do think that the other cars are running less fuel than I am currently. Oh, there you go. That's qualifying to start now. So, and as this is a 20-minute qualifying session, which is held private, and I think I'm just allowed to do 12 laps, there you go. That means I'm gonna have like 3 runs. So because it's really, if you fail on that chicane or any other occasion, it's better to have a backup lap in here, since fuel is not too important on that car. I mean, obviously you feel the difference, but it's just 0.5 tenth or 1/10, and there is no big difference really. So thank you very much for joining here, Jens. No, that's not the car I tested in December. The car I tested in December is a Formula 1 2017 spec GP3 Formula 1 car, and this is a GP3 series car from 2016. However, it tends to be official and being built by real data being given from engineers. However, as Robert has said, Drift King is back. That's meant by DK, and I'm pretty sure you guys know the film well, where DK is located in. This is exactly how the car feels sometimes. If you are in a slide and just throw it round. Alright, that's odd. Throw it round the corner, you very much have, or very often have a better go through it. So, really need to have a look what's happening there. Can I simply come back? Password invalid. That's not true because I had the password right. So, going back to the screen, re-entering the server, so that is the password for that. Seems like they've taken down the server. So we got a quick look up on the Discord what is going on. As I'm sorry about those delays going on here currently, but I now need to check what they are doing with the server there. Alright, so there's some inconvenience within the team. Seems like server's back up again. So while server is starting up, I'm gonna have a quick look at the questions that's been handed further on. Yeah, Christian, it seemed like exactly that. Probably this had something to do with pre-queue. I'm not too sure, but anyway, since the server is about to, or since the game is about to start, I quickly load in the car and get me some decent coffee. And you guys will still be able to hear me thanks to my nice headset. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this race tonight. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, that's for sure. And yeah, I definitely will be interested in about its outcome. Like I had a race of that kind of format back then. I think between New Year and Christmas in Assetto Corsa with a Formula Renault 3.5. And that race really didn't go too well. Like I got crashed off, or I found myself being locked up in incidents just before the first corner every time. So there's really not been much I could have done about it. Anyway, with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to have some little bit of more luck today. That's for sure. And I hope you guys have some more enjoyment going on, since the car is very easy to brake on the suspension. So if you have a tiny hit on the suspension, that's nearly gonna kill it. However, on the aerodynamics, the car is quite durable. So a little nudge probably does more harm towards your suspension rather than to your aerodynamics. But to be really fair, I definitely want to stay clean for the entire race. So let's see if we can achieve that. So we're back here into practice session still. So this is gonna be interesting because now the entire road has been washed up due to the restart, I think. So let's see, from someone who's out there about track conditions. As it seems, can't really see it though, but I think the real road is quite off. So server says about 5 minutes to join for everyone. Whoops, I don't wanted to say real road. Currently looking at the lap set, the damage settings. Damage multiplier is 80% there, Christos. So you have a little bit of margin, but not really a lot. And I don't think that's what FSR is supposed to be like, to have a lower damage multiplier on there. So as we got a lot of time left, by saying 5 minutes, what usually is a little bit of a lie. Nevertheless, that means we're gonna fuel down the car, take it around 2 laps to get used to the new or latest conditions, not done being surprised in the qualifying. Oh, the other pit box definitely was more to my liking, since I had more space to turn out with the car. Yep, I feel there is no grip whatsoever, and it's not only the cold tires that do harm me right now. So it's gonna be a very interesting session right now, because I know that a lot of people are looking towards the track to estimate their brakings. This is definitely need to be changed now. Yeah, Christian, the Formula Simracing World Championship will be driven in 100% damage multiplier, so will the other divisions as well. I still got no real confidence while braking. Hey Mark, thank you for joining me here as well. Appreciate so much, guys, all being around, having some fun on a Saturday afternoon here in Europe. As we're going for the first time lap in that another practice session. As we set purple for sector 1. That was a decent second sector so far. Considerably okay on the chicane. Was a purple sector 2. And finally some good sector 3. So the both left-handers in the end were okay to me. And that puts us in first for now with a 130 flat. Blue flags, dude. Yeah, that completely harmed my braking for turn 1. And this is exactly what I mean. I can agree people go out and do stuff and whatever, but standing in each other's way, and I don't mean whether being on purpose or not, is just not right. So, fix your driving there, guys. If you want to be treated with respect, give some respect. And I mean, it's fairly nice that this guy left the track, and for me, but it was simply too late anyway. So Luke McGuire's back in here, and we're close to 28 people again. 29. There were 35 being allowed to race. I'm not sure whether every one of those is coming though. I would expect it to be the case. But let's see what happens there. Oh, too late on the brakes. And if you guys want to join in the next race, which will be around Algarve circuit in 1 week time, feel free to register yourself on www.formula-simracing.net. Go on the forum, register yourself, and then follow the instructions being given into Winter Series thread on the forum to register yourself for the next race coming up in 1 week time. So we're gonna race in the same conditions or in the same time of the day around Algarve. So let's try to put in another fast lap. As we're still sitting in P1 with a 130.0. But as you can see already, you can go faster around here fairly quick. A bit wide on that exit. Jens, private qualifying means that you won't be able to see other cars, and therefore you cannot be held up by other cars as well. But everyone's on the same condition there. There will be no slipstream and no interference with other cars, as I said. So it's just a safe way to do qualifying without getting people start mourning. Oh, I didn't have a clean lap, or I get held up by I don't know whom. So Vasyenko has now beaten my lap time there, which is okay for now, but I really want to check whether he did it validly or not. So 2 minutes to go. I'm gonna scrap the other lap maybe. So even though he had an extreme good sector 2, and that leads me to a certain point I definitely want to check. There you go. That was his lap time with a 129 point. There you go. Guys, this is proper cutting, like really. This is really track extending, and that's something FSR administration does not allow. They just allow it to some extent, which would be the two. I can show it in the picture right there. Those two tires have to at least remain on the curb. So the curb is part of the track, and the lap would be valid if that was the case. So there is some serious cutting going on. Nevertheless, I'm gonna leave it for now because it's truly up for the stewards. What you mean there, Christos? Welcome to rFactor 2. That sounds like being a bit of bad temper, if I'm not mistaken. So that was just on the edge there, really. Nope, it was a cut because the rear left car, as you can, the rear left tire, as you can see, was off track. So that was an unvalid lap as well. And well, yeah, if you get your laps in like that, so there's qualifying now, and we just wait some few minutes, and then I'd be able to answer your questions there still. Hey James, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for joining me in here. Robert, that's interesting what you say. Robert, just no, I don't want to do any guesswork. Just say it. Hi, Alex. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for the good luck wishes. Um, so that's fair enough in the end, though. Really looking forward to have some decent qualifying.